In 1587, over 100 people vanished, without a single sign of violence. No bodies, no ruins, no answers. This is the story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke, and it remains one of the oldest unsolved disappearances in American history. This is Unsolved After Dark. In the late 1500s, England was desperate to establish a permanent settlement in the New World. After several failed attempts, they sent a group of 115 men, women, and children to an island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. The settlement was called Roanoke. It was meant to be a fresh start, a place far from Europe's wars, disease, and famine. Among the colonists was Virginia Dare, the first English child ever born in America. But almost immediately, things began to go wrong. Supplies were running low, relations with local Native American tribes were tense, and the settlers were struggling to survive, so they made a decision that would seal their fate. They asked their governor, John White, to return to England for help. He agreed. Before leaving, White made a promise. If the colonists were forced to abandon Roanoke, they would carve the name of their destination into a tree, and if they were in danger, they would carve a Maltese cross. As a warning, White left in 1587. He had no idea it would be 3 years before he returned. England soon became consumed by war with Spain. Ships were seized. Sailors were drafted, and John White was unable to return to Roanoke. For 3 years, when he finally arrived back on the island in 1590, the settlement was silent. No smoke, no voices, no signs of life. The houses were gone, carefully dismantled, not destroyed. There were no bodies, no graves, no signs of a struggle. Just emptiness. White searched desperately for any message his people might have left behind. And then he found it. Carved into a wooden post was a single word, Croatoan. There was no cross, no sign of distress. Who's that word? Croatoan was the name of a nearby island, and also the name of a Native American tribe known to be friendly toward the settlers. White believed the colonists had relocated there, but before he could investigate, a violent storm forced his ship back out to sea. He never returned to Roanoke again, and the colonists were never seen again. What happened to them? Over the centuries, many theories have been proposed. Some believe the settlers were killed by hostile tribes, but there were no remains, no weapons, no burned structures. Others think they were absorbed into Native American communities. There were later reports of tribes with light eyes, English words in their language, and stone houses unlike anything the region had seen before. But no direct proof was ever found. Another theory suggests starvation. Drought records from the time show extreme conditions. Crops may have failed. Food may have run out. But again, people don't simply disappear without leaving something behind. And then there are the darker theories. Some believe the colonists were victims of disease, slowly dying out until nothing remained. Others believe they were attacked and deliberately erased from history. And some believe something else entirely, something unknown. Strange symbols, unusual artifacts, and missing records have led some historians to believe the truth was intentionally hidden. Even today, excavations around Roanoke Island uncover fragments of pottery, tools, and weapons, but never enough to solve the mystery. Just enough to remind us that they were there. And then they weren't. Perhaps the most disturbing part of the Roanoke mystery is how calm the disappearance seems. No panic, no warning, no evidence of chaos. The colonists didn't flee in fear. They left, as if they believed they were going somewhere safe. And whatever happened to them after that was final. Over 400 years later, the fate of the Lost Colony of Roanoke remains unknown. No graves have been found, no definitive evidence uncovered. No answers given, just a single word carved into wood, Croatoan, and more than 100 people who vanished into history, never to be seen again. This has been Unsolved After Dark.